being a student athlete does open many doors.
Men are still seen as the most powerful, and women are seen as weak. And I hate that stereotype.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Luis.
Addie.
Nice to meet you. So yeah, where are you from?
I've lived in the U.S. my whole life, but I mean, my family's from Ireland.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I am from Venezuela, South America. I moved here 2 years ago, and basically I have been here studying, meeting a lot of people, playing soccer as well, which is one of my hobbies. It's a big part of my life, and yeah, it has been an experience, big experience for me. So you said you haven't been out of your, house, out of your city, out of your country for a long time?
Yeah, I've lived in the same house my whole life. It's kind of boring sometimes, but also I kind of like it because I know everyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know, what was it like moving here? Was it like a culture shock?
It definitely was. I had planned to move to the U.S. since high school in my country. When I did, it wasn't my decision at the time, since my country's passing through a couple rough things. Like I said, I'm from Venezuela, so yeah, we're having those problems over there. So I had to move before I had planned, and yeah, it was kind of tough, but yeah, now I'm really happy to be here in Montgomery College, learning multiple things, meeting a lot of people and really good people here, and good to meet you today.
You too.
So what's your major?
Nursing.
Nursing?
Eventually, I want a master's in midwifery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love babies and caring for people, so it's a good mix. I work as a nanny now, so I love kids.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
So yeah, I'm majoring in civil engineering. I want to get my bachelor's, which I'm planning to transfer to a 4-year school eventually. And that's my plan. Yeah, I have been here for 3 semesters, almost 3 semesters already. And yeah, I'm planning to transfer, really looking forward to that. But like I said, this time has been really good for me. It has been a learning process. And how has your experience been so far in MC as a student?
It's good. My only complaint is that it's kind of hard to make friends. I don't know about you because you're on the soccer team, so it's kind of more social.
Yeah,
but
I will say that.
Yeah, for me, I only really have classes, and also I'm only a part-time student.
Okay.
So, and I know you're full-time.
Yeah, so you don't spend that much time in campus, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't spend a lot of time here, and I don't have as many classes, so not as many opportunities to meet people.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
I basically live here.
Yeah.
Like literally. If MC had dorms, I would probably be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I'm on the soccer team. I'm part of the soccer team here in Montgomery College, and I think being a student athlete does open many doors.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that you even if you don't want to, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or at least more people than the amount you're gonna, or you will basically meet with being part-time or not being full-time. Yeah. Like you are. Yeah, I think that's a big difference in the sense of making friends and meeting people. Yeah. It should be hard for you, right? Not meeting many people here. Yeah. in my case, I know a lot of people in campus, so that helps me a lot with academics, especially because I have been able to make a lot of contacts in campus. So I think that's key in college. What do you think it's like that key for you, like to be successful in college life, at least?
That's a hard question. I mean, also finding good people. I found that I've been taking classes that are closer to my major, like anatomy and microbiome. Like pretty much everyone in those classes are nursing majors.
So how has your interaction between people in campus and in your classes so far in Montgomery College? How has that been for you?
Fine. I mean, I'm unsure of how to answer that question because it's diverse, but in so many different ways. So it's hard to like pinpoint exactly what, I guess.
I mean, just taking classes, I guess, let you meet people with similar ways of being, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, I have taken different classes, like of course for my major, but I have taken, for example, Italian, which in a sense unifies people with different backgrounds and ways of thinking. So yeah, I have definitely been able to meet people from different backgrounds and different nationalities, especially. For example, in the soccer team, we have many people from Africa, which I wouldn't have been able to, meet if I had stayed in my country, I guess, because in my country there are not many people from different parts of the world. But yeah, Montgomery College has been able to introduce to myself, people from different nationalities, especially
cultures.
Many cultures, many good people, like I said. So yeah, that has been a factor during this almost 3 semesters for me.
Yeah.
Meeting with different people, and I think that opens your mind, right? Like you start thinking differently. Like you start thinking a little bit how they think.
Yeah.
If you got that.
Sometimes I just think it's so strange but interesting
Yeah,
how different our cultures are.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially in just one small area. Like one of my friends moved here from Bangladesh 3 years ago.
Okay.
And we'll talk about like how different stuff is.
Yeah.
And it's just so strange sometimes because just moving here was like the biggest culture shock for her.
It was for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it was my plan at that time to move here, but what I learned was that it's a different thing. It's a shock. Cultures. For example, in my country, I was given, I think, a really good education when it comes to manners when you eat on a table. And I have seen people with different manners or different ways to eat. And that was kind of just different for me. Like
we're not taught etiquette. Like
I have seen that in people from here. I guess in my country it's more, that's given more importance in families. At least in mine was really important to know how to eat well on a table. And that was a shock for me. That was different. That was really different for me when I came to this country for the first time. But I think that things like that made me change my perspective in different ways. But I think it's a really interesting thing, like see how other people was educated from their countries, from different cultures, and I think this country does know how to do that, how to bring people from different areas of the world and get them to live really close to each other.
Do you think your views are like more open now?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, meeting people from different backgrounds it does open your mind.
Yeah.
And how you think about that people and communities, like for example the gay community, different ways of thinking. Like I said, it really opens your mind.
Yeah.
It helps you to understand that people and just respect them as they are, as people. It's really interesting for me. So how living in this country, make you think about gender equality and how that works?
Well, women are much more liberated here than other countries, obviously, but men are still definitely in position of power. I mean,
so?
Women are much more in positions of power, CEOs of companies and everything, but men are still seen as the most powerful and women are seen as weak. And I hate that stereotype.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just a stereotype. I think women are able to do everything. I think everything men are able to do. Especially in this country, I have seen many women. For example, if we take the example of soccer, in my country, it's not very familiar to see women playing soccer.
Yeah.
You know, and here I have seen that kids, like girls 12 years old, they love the game, they like to play, they ask their parents to buy gear for them and go to practice with them. It's really interesting because I wasn't used to that fact in my country, but here, like I said, it's different, and I think it's a matter of just not give it a stereotype.
Yeah.
I just think that women can do many things, and I think all of them are the same as the men can do.
Yeah.
It's just my way of thinking. Like the example I just gave.
Yeah. See, while some men are like understanding and know that,
I think I really do, yeah.
Women are great and powerful,
really
and
are.
Also give birth to men. Just saying.
That's something we can do.
Exactly. It's still like deeply ingrained in our culture, and even when it's not obvious, it's still there.
Yeah.
That men.
I see what you're saying.
Rule the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really do.
And also, gender pay gap. Come on, 2018. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, that's rough.
Yeah, that's.
And like, women work so hard just to get less money, and like, it's so hard for them to climb so high, and.
Yeah, that's other thing.
Yeah.
Economics is really tough.
One thing I really like to do is, well, I mentioned I nanny, and there's an 8-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl, and I really try to empower the 10-year-old girl and listen to all her opinions on everything, because, a lot of girls are kind of shut down and told to be quiet. Their opinions don't really matter, You
think they are supposed to talk more?
Yeah.
Definitely.
And boys are kind of supposed to speak up more, and women are supposed to listen, or girls are supposed to listen. You're kind of taught that from a young age. At least here. I think it is in many places. And so when I'm with her, I kind of just listen to everything that she has to say. I ask her so many questions.
Let her speak.
And I just let her go.
That's good.
And
awesome.
Now, we formed a really close relationship. They both see me as their friend, and they ask me for advice on things,
That's
things
awesome.
they wouldn't ask their mom, and it just feels so special to be someone they trust. And I mean, I think anyone can do that if you just like to empower other people.
Yeah, I think it's because they don't have that level of confidence with their parents. I guess they go to you and they reach to you, and I guess she talks to you a lot. It's really good to have a friend or a person who you can talk to about those kinds of topics. It's really good. So how has that experience of nanny 2 children been for you?
I love it.
You do?
I really love my job. Well, not to mention I make a lot of money. I really love it. The kids are so great. They're such great kids. And they're so sweet and smart. And they're so different from each other, which I find so interesting. But, so the girl is really, really great at school. She always has her nose in a book. She's so quiet. And then the boy
is not.
8-year-old boy is a ball of energy, always bouncing off the walls and screaming,
Yeah.
8-year-old boy.
We do like to jump.
Exactly. 8-year-old boy.
Walls. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'm 19 and I still do it.
Yeah. So, and he is not the best at school.
Okay.
But he's great at math. And so I've had a lot of conversations with him because he feels dumb in comparison to his sister. But I've explained to him several times that there's different kinds of intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I
really
mean?
Important. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
really important.
that's really, I think that's helped him because he's great at math and he's so creative. And his sister is really smart in a logical way, kind of like how I am. And it's kind of how me and my sister are. We're polar opposites. I'm good at school, my brain is purely logical, but my sister never liked school. She doesn't go to college, but she taught herself the guitar, she paints, she writes songs and poetry. I could never do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are different.
He's creative like that.
Yeah.
And
that's really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to see how they just become their own people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just using what they're good at. You know?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. That's I mean, I like numbers. I'm like that kid you're taking care of. I like numbers a lot, rather than letters. I don't read that much, but and that's why I choose that major, that science major. I think I'm good with numbers, and I have been able to improve that here in Montgomery College, definitely. And yeah, that's why I'm trying to get that major.
So, going back to being on campus, what kinds of things have you learned from people from other cultures here at MC?
Wow, definitely many. Like I said, I have met a lot of people through my time here, even though it hasn't been a lot. But yeah, I think I have been able to learn how to understand people from different backgrounds, and I have been able to understand how we weren't raised the same way, you know. I was talking about how we eat, and definitely differently, but like that many examples. I have been able to see how people from this country are willing to help. At least to me, they have helped me a lot, people from this country, which I'm really thankful for. And I have met, like I said, many people from Africa in our team. So I have been able to see how they enjoy life differently. For example, in my country, we make a lot of jokes. The Venezuelan is that's one characteristic of Venezuelan people, and is that we are really friendly for saying something. You know, we make jokes from everything we see, and it's kind of an excess thing we do, but We do it a lot, and I have been able to, you know, limit that, because sometimes people don't get it from the, you know, good, don't get those jokes really good. You did, but yeah, not so many, like, many people,
You got it, you got it.
Many people don't.
Yeah.
They do not, and I have been able to understand how to control myself and how to treat many people from different backgrounds, from different educations, and I think I have learned that a lot in campus, definitely relating to many people. What about you? What's your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about that topic?
One big thing I'm thinking of is music taste.
Okay.
It's pretty different for different people.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I mentioned earlier, my Bengali friend, one thing we discussed a lot is dating lives. Okay. And the difference between her culture and mine. Sure. And how much mine is much more free and hers is kind of
strict.
Yeah, but also her family is more accepting. But pretty much Bengalis are supposed to date people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With their own culture and their own religion. Mm-hmm. And it's frowned upon if you don't. Mm. And you're judged and maybe even shunned if you don't.
Yeah. Wow.
Especially if you don't marry someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're supposed to do
yes.
it, right? Yeah.
So
it's really shocking.
Yeah, so it's just really weird to me. Like, my parents have always, like, accepted anyone.
Whoever you want.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I've dated, like, different races. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter, you know? But that was just very surprising to me.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow. How it, like, had to be the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in my culture, in my family, in my country, it is the same as you. Yeah. We're free to date whoever we want. So, very similar to that.
So it's time to conclude.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing all your thoughts and about your culture.
Sure.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. I will see you in campus.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hope to see you around.
Looking forward to that.